Hello friends, today's our topic is Pharmacy Therapeutic Committee. Objectives: on completion of this period, you would able to learn about role, constitutions and functions of Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee, role of PTC in drug safety and adverse drug reaction monitoring, PTC and emergency drugs. The Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee (PTC) is composed of physicians, paramedics, other health professionals, and medical staff. A large number of hospital patients receive drugs and medicines, essentially those belonging to the modern system of medicine popularly known as allopathic system. The potential and demonstrated benefits of the drugs evolved by the modern system of medicine are enormous. However, they also possess potentially to harm and toxicity. Since there is multiplicity of drugs available and complexities surrounding their effective use, it is of great importance that the hospital using those drugs on the patients should organize should sound basis for maximizing the rational use of drugs. One of the methods or mode of ensuring the proper rationality in the use of drugs is that the hospital organize and constitute the Pharmacy and Therapeutics Committee. The Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee is a policy forming and recommending body to the medical staff and the administration of hospital on matters related to therapeutic use of drugs. This committee is composed of physicians, pharmacists, and other health professionals selected with the inclusion of medical staff. The Pharmacy and Therapeutics Committee is an important medical staff advisory group as the primary formal communication link between the pharmacy and medical staff. The P&T Committee is of particular importance to the Department of Pharmacy Services. All matters pertaining to the use of medications within the institution, including pharmacy programs, must be reviewed and approved through the committee. In addition, medication formulary data is reviewed through the committee and recommendations are offered to the medical staff. such a wide diversification of involvement and activity necessary the effective communication between all committee members and active involvement in the committee by the Department of Pharmacy Services is vital in the order to develop a contemporary and progressive institutional pharmacy program. This service of 4 articles will address several important aspects of the committee's operation, including committee formation, mechanism, operation, and problem solving. Main objectives of PTC are advisory. The committee recommended the adoption of policies or assists in the formulation of board professional policies regarding evolution, selection and therapeutic use of drugs in the hospital. The committee serves in an advisory capacity to medical staff and hospital administration in all matters pertaining to the use of drugs, including the investigational drugs. It makes recommendations concerning the drugs to be stocked in hospital patient care area. The committee advises the pharmacy in the implementation of effective drugs distribution and control procedures. The Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee (PTC) is an advisory group that considered essentially all the matters related to the use of drugs in a hospital, including evaluation of drugs and doses, forms and safe use of investigational drugs. Assists regarding evaluation, selection and therapeutic use of drugs in hospital. Advises the medical staff and hospital administration about the use of drugs, including the investigational drugs. Advises the pharmacy in implementation of effective drug distribution and control procedures. Second is educational. The committee recommends or assists the formulation of functions designed to meet the needs of the professional staff, the physicians, nurses, pharmacists, and other healthcare practitioners for the complete current knowledge of the matters related to drugs and their use. The committee evaluates the problems related to the distribution and administration of medications, including medication incident. It reviews adverse drug reactions occurring in the hospital and to initiate and or direct the drug activity, studies activity and to review and study the result of such activities. The committee develop and compiles a formulary of drugs and prescriptions of formulation accepted for the for use in the hospital. It also provides for its constant revision the selection of atom to be included in the formulary, which is based on the objective evaluation of their therapeutic duplications, merits, safety, cost, etc. The committee should minimize duplication of the same basic drug type, drug entity or products. It establishes or plans suitable educational schemes for the hospital's professional staff on the matters related to the use of drugs. The committee recommends or assists in the formulation of functions designed to meet the needs of the professional staff, the physicians, nurses, pharmacists, and other healthcare practitioners for the complete current knowledge of the matters related to drugs and their uses. Plans suitable educational schemes for professionals regarding the use of drugs. Third is drug safety and adverse drugs monitoring, assigned to pharmacy and therapeutic committee for continue vigilance. Drug safety and adverse drug monitoring. With the advent and increase the of each new class of therapeutic agents, the scope, knowledge, and responsibility of the hospital pharmacist increases proportionality. Along with this increased responsibility also develop on him the moral, legal and professional obligation of ensuring safety in handling and administration of drugs. Unfortunately, the safety aspects are more or less taken for granted by pharmacy, medical and nursing profession, less or in Western countries, but very much so in our country. This tendency is perhaps due to the fact that the pharmacy accidents resulting in serious injury or death of the patients are relatively infrequent. However, when such a news appears in the press describing tragic drug accident in nearby hospital, every trustee, administrator, physician and pharmacist wake up suddenly to find that the policies governing the pharmacy for a review. In the light of modern prescribing and dispensing trends. Composition of PTC vary from hospital to hospital, but generally composed of at least 3 physicians from medical staff, a pharmacist, a representative of the nursing staff. To carry out the function of P&T committee effectively, a proper organizational structure is necessary. However, the composition and operation of P&T committee varies from hospital to hospital depending on its size and location. The P&T committee should be composed of at least 3 physicians, a pharmacist, a nurse representative. A chairman should be appointed from amongst the physician representatives. A pharmacist usually work as a secretary. The meeting of the committee should be at least 6 times per year and wherever necessary. An agenda should be prepared by the secretary and submitted to the committee members within sufficient time before the meeting. The secretary should prepare the minutes of the committee meetings and maintain the permanent records for the hospital. The recommendations of the committees should be presented to the medical staff for its adoption or recommendation. Hospital administrator as ex-officer member, one physician as chairman and pharmacist as a secretary. PTC's chairperson is appointed from physician representative and pharmacist work as secretary. Medical staff chairman physician, co-chairperson physician, hospital administrator director, pharmacist secretary, nursing staff joint secretary, pharmacy and therapeutic committee. Composition and function of PTC. Subcommittee Neoplastics, Subcommittee Anti-infectives, Subcommittee Cardiovascular, Diuretic, Cardiac, Glycosides, Hypotensive, Vasodilators, Spansomolates, Anticoagulants. Subcommittee Gastrointestinal, Autonomic drugs, Laxatives. Subcommittee CNS agents, analgesics and antipyretics, anticonvulsants, psychotherapeutics, respiratory and cerebral stimulants, sedatives, hypnotics, endocrinology agents, anti-inflammatory agent, hormones, thyroid. Functions of PTC. It is responsible for forming policies and procedures for selection, procurement, dispensing, labeling, availability, administration, and control of drugs throughout the hospital. This committee is composed of physicians, pharmacists, and other healthcare professionals selected with the guidance of the medical staff. Develops, compiles, and ratifies hospital formulary system, promotes rational therapeutics, and prevents duplication, develops procedures for procurement, storage, distribution, and use of drugs, develops drug safety, recommends the medical staff. The primary responsibilities of the P&T committee are to ensure high quality drug therapy for hospital patients, provides liaison between the medical staff and the Department of Pharmacy Services, and advise the Institutional Review Board of the university on the study of investigational drugs in humans. To meet its responsibilities, the P&T committee maintains a formulary of medications approved for routine patient care, reviews drug use and adverse drug reactions, and established procedures for prescribing, dispensing, and administering drugs in the hospital. The P&T committee acts on behalf of the medical board of the hospital, and actions of the committee are subject to the board's approval. Constant review and revision of formulary minimizes the duplication of drug products, develops the training programs to staff in drug use, studies problems in drugs administration, distribution, reaction, and drug use, advises pharmacy in drug distribution and control procedures. Role of PTC in drug safety. Drug safety is the moral, legal, and professional obligation of the pharmacist. Includes responsibility from dispensing the drugs to drug and administration, observe possible adverse effects. The PTC role functioning is to establish proactive subcommittees for medication safety and drug utilization evaluation. These subcommittees, within their term of references, can expand their activities and draw action plans for each quarter and evaluate pattern of use of pharmaceuticals across their facilities. Furthermore, their action plan should state clearly the steps to be taken to run post-marketing surveillance for specific drug entities to elucidate their potential risk, such as biologics, new oral anticoagulants, NOCs, antiplatelets, anticonvulsants, antidepressants, antipsychotics, antibiotics, insulin, anti-diabetes, heparins, and any drug that poses potential risk to patients. In the absence of system in place, no reporting will take place and no clinical judgment can be obtained on these high alert drugs. This role can be strengthened with pharmacovigilance tolerated research, whereby real population, not just similar, will be exposed to the drug on hand and specific conclusions pertaining to that population can be drawn and acted upon accordingly. We need more recognition of clinical pharmacists as they are the most expert clinical pharmacists as they are the most expert clinicians in this field. Supporting this role by organizational policies and bylaws can bring more safety culture to our patients. The clinical pharmacists representing the PTC can oversee all safe, economic and rational use of pharmaceuticals across the healthcare facility. The need for clinical pharmacists as leaders in the pharmacy profession will streamline these functions and ensure that pharmacovigilance principles and safe drug use are both in place. Guidelines for adequate safety of hospital pharmacy must employ a qualified pharmacist, should not permit not pharmacist to dispense drugs, provide sufficient workspace and storage facilities, automatic stop order regulation for dangerous drugs, example narcotics, hypnotics, anticoagulants, etc. Periodical revised drug formulary. Poisons should be separated from non-poisonous materials. External use preparations separated from internal use preparations. Follow GMP during the processing. Physical verification for expired or deteriorated drugs. Reference library having texts on pharmacology, toxicology, posology, and journals. PTC and monitoring of adverse drug reaction. PTC issue guidelines of any ADR to clinical pharmacologists or to the chairperson of the PTC. PTC also devises systems for checking medication errors recorded on the medical record as diagnosis. The responsibility of hospital pharmacists increase proportionately with the vast increase of therapeutic agents. Along with increased responsibility, the capability of ensuring safety in the handling and administration of drugs must increase. Hence, the function of drug safety in the hospital will be the responsibility of the committee. The following are the guidelines for the committee in achieving drug safety in the hospital. Hospital should employ a qualified registered pharmacist, at least B.Pharm, as a chief pharmacist and others who are diploma holders. Hospital should not permit personnel without a pharmacy degree to dispense drugs. Sufficient number of qualified personnel must be employed in the hospital. Hospital should provide adequate and safe workspace and storage facilities for the pharmacy. Adequate number of equipments in good condition should be provided for safe practice of pharmacy. Automatic stop order regulation should be there in the hospital. A drug formulary should be there in hospital which is periodically revised and kept up to date. The poisonous materials should be kept separately from non-poisonous materials in the pharmacy and nursing stations. The external use preparation should be separated from internal use preparations in the pharmacy and in the wards. The hospital should allow the chief pharmacist to engage in teaching program to familiarize the nursing and residential staff with new drugs. No one should be permitted other than registered pharmacist into the pharmacy after hours. All nursing drug stations should be periodically inspected for removing the deteriorated and outdated drugs. Adequate reference library should be provided for the pharmacy and nursing staff. Adverse drug reaction reports contains name of drug, route of administration, date of starting and ending of the treatment, indication for which the drug was used, adverse reaction noted for them, step taken to treat these. The committee role in adverse drug reaction program. It is the committee's responsibility for developing and instituting a procedure for the reporting of adverse drug reaction. An adverse drug reaction can be defined as any pathological condition caused by overdoses, hypersensitivity, allergy, or injury from improper technique of administration, use of the wrong drug, error in compounding, labeling or packaging, or from other errors in the manufacture of drug for use in the hospital. The committee should prepare an adverse drug reaction report form. Every case of adverse drug reaction must be reported by attending physician. The role of committee in developing emergency drug lists. The most emergencies time is of great importance. Hence, emergency drug boxes containing drugs and supplies should be readily available at the bedside at all times. The P&C committee should develop a list of supplies and drugs which should be in an emergency box and instruct the pharmacist and nursing supervisor to have the box ready for use at all the times. After the contents of the box has been established and the responsibility for its stocking assigned, the units should be prepared and placed in each ward in the clinic and in the special procedures room. PTC interacts and the government bodies like DTAB, Drugs Controller General of India, FDA, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. Drug Technical Advisory Board, DTAB. DTAB is highest statutory decisions making body on technical matters related to drugs in the country. It is constituted as per the Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. It is part of Central Drug Standards Control Organization CDSCO in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. DTAB advise the central government and the state government on technical matters, arising out of the administration of this act and to carry out the other functions assigned to it by this act. Drug Controller General of India is a department of the Central Standard Control Organization of the Government of India, responsible for approval of licenses of specified categories of drugs such as blood and blood, blood products for fluids, vacancies and sera in India. Drugs Controller General of India comes under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. DCGI also sets standards for manufacturing, sales, import and distribution of drugs in India. Functions of DCGI. DCGI lays down the standard and quality of manufacturing, selling, import and distribution of drugs in India, acting as appellate authority in case of any dispute regarding the quality of drugs. Preparation and maintenance of National Reference Standard to bring about the uniformity in the enforcement of the Drugs and Cosmetics Act. Training of drug analysts deputed by state drug control laboratories and other institutions. Analyzing of cosmetics received as survey samples from Central Drug Standard Control Organization. With the notification of Medical Device Rule 2017 by the Government of India, DCGI will also act as Central Licensing Authority (CLA) for the medical devices which fall under the purview of these rules. Out of 4 classes of medical devices from class A to class D, DCGI will be the direct licensing authority for class C and class D devices, whereas it will coordinate licensing for class A and B devices through state drug controllers who will act as state licensing authority or SLA. FDA. FDA means Food and Drug Administration. FDA established in November 2008. The India office serves as the lead FDA on-site presence in India. The mission of the New Delhi based office is to help ensure the safety, quality and effectiveness of medical products and food produced in India for export to the United States. All India Institute of Medical Science is a medical school, hospital, and public medical research university. The institute is ranked 1 in India by the National Institutional Ranking Framework, ranked 1 in South Asia and 231 in the world in the category of life sciences and medicine by QS Ur. PTC and emergency drugs must be handy at bedside, makes a list and prepares an emergency kit placed in wards. Emergency kit contains different syringes, ampoules, calcium gluconate, corticosteroid, phenylephrine, Ringer's lactate, other emergency equipment. List is constantly reviewed by PTC. Needles, cutters, digoxin, mannitol, saline for injection, water for injection and other emergency equipment. Committee agenda: meeting, review, listing, investigation, reports and safety. Policies: the committee: proposal of new drug, drug approved, non-formulary drugs, responsible for rules and regulations, dispense of drugs, drug recall. Summary: role, constitution and functions of PTC: continuous revised compilation of selected drugs by a hospital, various contents of formulary, entry or deletion of drugs. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.